Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a best of beauty 2014 video for you. I figured that instead of doing a December favorites, it'd be a lot more fun to show you all of my favorite products for the entire year. And this was actually a really great year for makeup. There were so many great new products that were released and so many awesome launches and fun things that I got to try and that I would love to share with you guys. So I'm going to try and break this down by like category just so it's a little easier to follow, and let's jump right in because I have a ton of stuff to show you guys. For primers, there was really only one product that I absolutely fell in total love with this year, and this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. It looks like this. It came out, I think, within the last few months of the year, and I have to say this is probably the most amazing primer I've ever used. I've tried all of the Benefit primers, the Primed and Poreless, a lot of the other Smashbox primers, the Rimmel Stay Matte primers, and this one is seriously amazing. I actually did a test kind of like on my own for a few days of wearing my foundation with and without this primer, and it made such a huge difference in the tone of my skin and the longevity of the stay of my makeup. It's an awesome product. It is a little bit more pricey obviously because it is Smashbox, but I highly recommend picking it up. A little bit will go a long way, so this will last you a really long time. Another product that didn't come out kind of closer to the end of 2014 was this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I love this stuff. I was a huge fan of Revlon Color Stay Whipped at the beginning of the year, but I did find it was kind of thick and it kind of like caked up a little bit too quickly. This is a really great liquid foundation. It does keep you matte. It really hides all your pores and it seriously stays all day. So this is one of my favorite drugstore foundations for the year. It comes in a ton of different colors and it should be carried in all drugstores and things like Target, Walmart, Kmart. And you can get it for a really low price, so I definitely recommend picking it up. Also for foundations, you guys are going to think I'm nuts because I feel like everybody on YouTube raves about this product, but for some reason I did not jump on the bandwagon until like the middle of this year. And after I jumped on the bandwagon for this product, I was just kind of like, wow, Nicole, why did you wait so long? And that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. I am obsessed. I mean, I seriously sat here and watched so many YouTube videos of people raving about this product. I'm like, okay, it can't be that great. And it's a really expensive foundation, so I just didn't feel like spending the money on it. However, I'm obsessed. I wear this like every single day now. It provides such great high quality coverage. It stays in place all day. And I just love the way it looks on my skin. It looks really natural. It doesn't cake up. And it truly does keep me matte. I do not like a dewy finish. I love like a matte, just like dull finish on my skin for my foundation. And this really helps with that. I used to be a big fan of setting my foundations with powders. And I did that for probably about halfway through the year. And then I decided that it was too much. And especially once I discovered the Double Wear Stay in Place foundation, I realized I didn't really need the powder. However, I do occasionally get a little oily in my T-zone, and so I found this, which I've absolutely been obsessed with, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder. This obviously just came out again a few months ago, but it is a great powder. It reminds me a lot of the Rimmel Stay Matte powders, which I also love, but this one I find actually lasts a little longer and gives a little bit more of a matte finish than the Rimmel ones do. For concealers, there's three different ones that I love this year. I'm going to start with the high-end one, which is the NARS Creamy Concealer. Again, something that's been raved about on YouTube constantly, and I just finally picked one up, like right when I picked up my Estee Lauder Double Wear, actually. I picked them up both on the same day, and I love it. It's great not only for your under eyes, which I think is really awesome because it doesn't crease at all for me. I know it does for some people, but it really works well on my skin. But it's also great for covering up blemishes, imperfections, things like that, and it lasts all day. I love it. And then also, a little bit more of a high-end one was the Benefit Fake Up. Now, if you've never seen this, it is such an amazing product, especially if you're like me. When I get pimples, they get oily and then they get super dry, and it's like impossible to cover them because it's just so many different textures and like things going on at once. But these actually have a ring of vitamin E around the edge and then the foundation color in the middle. So when you rub it on, not only are you covering your pimple, but you're actually treating it as well and keeping it from drying out and cracking, which I absolutely love. And then last but not least are the NYX foundations. And these are the NYX HD Photogenic Foundations. I love these. These are such a great drugstore product. They're really affordable. They come in a ton of different colors. And they actually really remind me of the NARS Creamy Concealers. They don't give as high of a coverage, but they definitely are buildable. So I've never been a huge fan of bronzers until this year, and I actually discovered the Lorac Tantalizer, which has been out for quite a while, I think, but I didn't jump on the bandwagon until 2014, and it looks like this. It is such a gorgeous bronzer. It's obviously not matte. It does have a lot of shimmer in it, but I do absolutely love it, especially during the summer when I want that little bit of extra glow. I actually wore this for my wedding last month in December, and it gave my skin just the prettiest finish to it. And I love that this thing seriously lasts forever. I just use like a huge like face powder brush and apply it all over my body and my chest. And it just gives a beautiful like sun-kissed finish without looking fake or cakey. And then obviously I'd be nuts if I did not mention one of the biggest contour bronzer releases of the year. And if you love makeup, you probably know what this is. And it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. I love Ben Nye Banana Powder. I have one that I have barely even made a dent in, even though I use it constantly. But I hate that it's loose powder. It drives me nuts. It gets everywhere and it just turns into a huge mess. So I was so excited when I saw this palette because it does have the banana color in it in a pressed powder. You have your 3 highlighting shades down here and your 3 contour shades up top, and it's just such a beautiful palette. They're all very matte, they go on very smoothly, and they really look like your actual skin. They blend so flawlessly. Now I actually have quite a few cheek products, which I didn't realize until just now, so obviously I like cheek products more than I thought I did. But one of the biggest ones that I fell in love with this year was the Naked Flushed by Urban Decay. And you actually get a blush. It looks more like a highlighter, but they talk that this is a blush, and then a bronzer. I sometimes will just rub them all together on my brush and then apply it on my cheeks and my contour. And then other times I'll actually use them individually. And either way you use them, it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. It does last quite a while. I've had this for the majority of the year since it came out, and it's seriously, I haven't even like barely put a dent in it. There's such gorgeous colors. And then also, this was one of my favorites. I love the Osbournes. I think they're so awesome. And so when they came out with the Sharon and Kelly Osbourne MAC collection, I was all over it like a fat kid on a cupcake. And this is the Cheeky Bugger blush, and this is one of Kelly's. It comes in the adorable purple packaging with the red writing. And it's such a gorgeous pink color. It's just, it applies so nicely to the skin. It's a really light finish, and it's hard to see on my hand here because the lighting's so bright, but it just is such a beautiful color, and you guys will absolutely love it. And then also I picked up the Becca, I think this is more of a, okay, it's called the Shimmering Skin Perfector. I think it's more of like a highlighter, but to me, I've been using it as a blush because it is such a gorgeous color. It's a rose gold color, and it seriously blends so well into the skin. And it's just such a unique color. It's not something you see everywhere, and I feel like on my really light skin, it blends really well without looking overpowering, and it just, even though it has shimmer in it, which I'm not always a huge fan of in blushes, it really does just like look like your natural skin and give you a really pretty glow, and that's it right there. And I'm actually wearing it on my cheeks today, if you guys can see. It is a little bit more pricey, but again, it's really worth it in my opinion. This is such a natural looking product. It really gives you just a beautiful finish. So prior to 2014, I'd never tried any type of stick blushes, and I finally picked some up this year, and I'm really glad that I did because I actually really love them. This first one is the Maybelline Master Glaze Blush Stick in the color Just Pinched Pink. It is so pretty. It looks like this. And because it is more of a, I guess you'd call it a cream blush, yeah. It's really pretty. It looks just like this. It blends really well into the skin. I love this particular color. I tried a few of the other ones and wasn't that impressed with them, but this one in particular, it's number 10 as well. It just looks so like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just such a gorgeous color on the skin, and I feel like this would work for so many different skin types. And then a higher end version of that I also tried this year was the Tarte Tipsy Cheek Stain. And I've heard so many people rave about these, and I was like, they can't be that great. It's a cheek stain. Like, what? Why? You know? $35 for something like this, I don't understand. But then one day I was at Ulta, and I was like, you know what? I have to try it. Why not? So I picked one up, and like I said, I got the color Tipsy. It's such a gorgeous color, and this one is definitely more something that you want to wear for your everyday makeup application. It's not really dramatic. It's really soft, really subtle, and that's it right there. It does give a little bit of a dewy finish, so if I'm feeling a little bit more glowy that day, I'll leave it alone. And if I want it more matte, I'll apply just like a really thin layer of blush right over it. This year was also all about eyebrows for me. I had never really filled in my eyebrows before 2014, and I don't know why, because it seriously made such a huge difference in my makeup application, and I'm just kind of obsessed with filling in my eyebrows now. And so of course, I fell in love with pretty much every single Anastasia brow product that I could get my hands on. The Dip Brow was a big one that came out this year. I used the color Blonde, which even though I have brown hair, I find that the blonde just looks a little bit more natural on me. And I've used this a ton, and as you can see, I've barely put a dent in it. It's crazy. When I apply it, I do tap it off on the lid and then apply it to my brows just so it's not too dramatic. And then also I have been loving the brow pen, which is just more of like it's almost like a marker in my opinion, where you can just kind of draw it on and you can control the strokes. It's really easy just for filling in. I wouldn't use this to outline just because it's a little too light, but it definitely is great for just kind of filling in those sparse areas. And then obviously the brow gel, I never used a brow gel, I just didn't see the point, but now that I have tried it, I'm obsessed with it. It keeps my brows in place all day long. It really helps to keep like whatever powder or pencil or I've put on them in place all day. And I like that it doesn't make them super crunchy, because some of the other brow gels that I've tried this year make them like crunchy and they flake and it's just nasty. And then last but not least from Anastasia is obviously the Brow Wiz in medium brown. Everybody on YouTube talks about this. It's fantastic. If you want more information on this, I will try to do a brow video sometime in the next coming few months. But I love that it has the pencil on one side and then it has the spoolie on the other. And most people I find don't actually use this spoolie, but in my opinion, it's actually one of the best tools to use once you apply your pencil. Take your spoolie and brush it out, and it really helps the brows look more natural and filled in rather than just drawn on. And then last but not least for brow products in this whole category is my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. This is a drugstore product. You can pick it up at Walgreens, CVS, Target. And I absolutely love it for brow powder. I actually prefer this over some of the Anastasia ones just because I find that the colors look better on my skin. You get a brow bone highlighter, a medium shade, and a lighter shade. And this is the light one. They also have a medium and a dark. But I find that the light works best because this is still fairly a dark color. You also get a little brow brush, a sponge brush, and a little pair of tweezers. And I've lost one of them, but there's what's left. And I think this is like $4 or $5. There were a ton of new eyeshadows that launched this year. And I'm not sure if this palette actually launched this year. I only just discovered it this year because I'm just not in tune with that. But this is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, and I apologize in advance for the glare because the lighting is a little crazy, but I love this palette. You get, they're mostly all shimmer shades. Are they all shimmers? Yeah, they're all shimmer shades, which I don't mind. I actually really like shimmer eyeshadows. But you get a really nice range of purples, a few blues, some warmer tones, browns, oranges, and you have a transforming pearl color that if you apply it over any of these other eyeshadows, it kind of gives them a different color altogether. So you can really mix and match anything in this palette and blend them together beautifully. And then also for this year, which were probably two of my favorite eyeshadow releases of the entire year, are the Makeup Geek and the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. This isn't all of them, this is just my small collection that I've started putting together. They are all so highly pigmented, they're such great quality, and there's so many unique colors that you wouldn't actually find in any other palette or any other store or brand that I just love them. They blend so well in the consistency. You can really tell that both companies took the time to really formulate these so well. And I am seriously going to pick up like every single color once I have the chance. I'm actually going to IMATS next month, so I'm hoping that I can pick up a bunch more of these. And I just stored them all in my Z palette. And Norvina and Marlena, you guys did an amazing job on these, so congratulations. And then last but not least for eyeshadows this year was actually kind of a crazy pick for me just because it's not something I would normally go out and buy myself or even use that much at all, but I actually fell in love with it, and that is the Urban Decay Electric Palette. As you guys know, they usually only do the Naked palettes, which are all neutral tones, but when they came out with this year, I was so impressed. It's such a fun palette. You get all these really neat neon colors. They all blend really well. And I just think, like, even though it's not something you use every day, there are ways to use it every day. If you want, like, for example, using these purple colors, if you blend them out with some really light browns and some transition shades, they do look really nice for everyday makeup. But for going out to parties and New Year's Eve and any type of special event, these are so much fun to work with, and they're so pigmented. And if you just look up Urban Decay Electric Palette tutorials on YouTube, there are so many fun looks that people have created with this, and it's just such a fun new product for 2014. Now, I've always been kind of obsessed with eyeliners, and I'm super duper picky when it comes to the ones that I use. So the majority of the year, I actually use my L'Oreal, I can't pronounce this, and I'm going to butcher it because I know it, but the L'Oreal Silkissime eyeliner in the color Noir, which is just the deepest black that they make. It's really smooth, really creamy. It's a drugstore product, obviously, so it's really affordable, and I just love it. I used it all year long until I found these, and now I'm kind of just SOL because they are more expensive, but I do love them even more than that one. And these are the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eyeliners. Such an amazing product, you guys. This is like a set that I found towards the end of the year. I have just the regular one somewhere over here. Here it is. Just the regular black one. When they came out with this kit, I figured I'd pick it up because you get 4 black shades, a charcoal gray, a purple, a blue, and a brown as well. And these seriously last forever. And not only in the sense that they last forever, like this will last you like the entire year to use them, but last in the sense that they stay on your face all day long. They're really easy to blend out if you want them to, but once you put them down, if you do not touch them or rub your eyes a ton, they seriously stay in place all day, and they are such a rich pigmented eyeliner that only going over like a line once and not having to keep reapplying it and everything, it's just such a nice thing for me. And I love that they're so smooth. They don't drag on your eyes at all, which is a problem that I do have with a lot of other eyeliners. And then also for eyeliners this year was the Kat Von D ink liner in the color Trooper, which again is just a black. This is a liquid liner that comes with a felt tip pen, and it's just so pretty. Like, you can apply it thick, you can apply it thin. I mean, there's all these different ways just depending on the amount of pressure that you would use with it and the angle. It's so pigmented and dark. This is great for doing winged liner, especially if you're spastic like me with winged liner. So this year there was a ton of new mascaras that were released, and I didn't really enjoy any of them that much to mention them in this video. So all I'm going to talk about for mascaras in this video is the L'Oreal Carbon Black. This is my all-time holy grail mascara. I have 3 tubes in my makeup bag at this very moment, so you should be able to tell just by that how much I love it. It doesn't get clumpy. It really helps build both volume and length at the same time. They're a drugstore product, so they're super affordable, and I'm just obsessed with them. I seriously have purchased, like, I don't even want to know, but I've purchased so many of these this year, I should seriously probably buy stock in them. Like, it's nuts. And then the only other great eyelash related product that I found this year was the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes. Now, there's companies out there who make something similar to this. I've tried it, I do not like it, and I know for some reason there's a lot of people that rave about it. However, I had a really bad experience with it. It was horrible, but this is amazing. So what I do is I apply my L'Oreal Carbon Black, and then I go over it with this, which is the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes, and they basically are just black little fibers that come off on this little wand, and they just kind of stick to your mascara, and they just kind of help build more volume and length. So if I'm really going for like a fake eyelash look, I'll use this. And then just kind of brush it out a little bit and apply another coat of mascara just to seal those fibers in. As odd as it's going to sound, for 2014 there just was not a ton of lip products. I'm not really a big lip product junkie to begin with. But some of the ones that I found that I did love this year were the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I think these are so gorgeous. They stay in place all day. I love a matte lip. I just think it's so pretty. And I obviously always go for neutral and nude tones. So these are the color Milan and Abu Dhabi. Again, drugstore products, super cheap. And I just love the way that they look. And there's so many different colors in these. And then going to a more high-end product, I picked up the NARS, what is this? Audacious Lipsticks. Let me tell you, I have never spent so much money on a lipstick in my life. However, in my opinion, it was worth every penny. I actually wore this for my wedding, and it's such a gorgeous color. This is the color Raquel. I love the packaging on these. I think it's just so sleek, and I love that it's magnetic and just kind of like puts itself away. And this color is just, it's such a gorgeous nude lip color. I absolutely love it, and it just looks like that. And I want to say this was almost like $40, but if you're going to pick up one color, I would just say the Raquel is the absolute best. It's my obsession this year. And then last but not least, but lips are another Urban Decay product that I am madly obsessed with, and I only have 2 colors of it so far, but I'm planning on getting pretty much every single one. Don't tell my husband. So these are the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil. This is the color Turn On, and this is the color Rush. Again, neutral, kind of nude pinky shades. Rush is definitely a little bit more of a brown undertone, which I really like. But these are so smooth, and these could both be great dupes for the Kylie Jenner lip. That was a huge thing in 2014. So here's just some swatches. Let me actually make that one a little bigger so you guys can actually see it. So right here we have Rush on the bottom, and then Turn On the top, which is the more pink color. They're so smooth, they seriously stay all day, and I love the way these look on my skin tone. Next up for 2014, we have skincare, and for 2014, this has seriously been my all-time favorite skincare item. I'm going to do a skincare routine video for you guys soon. I'm just waiting to get my voiceover mic back because it broke and it is out being repaired. But the product that I've been loving is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. You guys have heard me talk about this on my channel before. This is my mini travel size one I take when I go on trips or out of town. And this is my full size one that is completely empty and I just had to replace. So I love this product. I've probably gone through about, I want to say at least 3 tubes of it in 2014 alone. It smells so good. It's like this really, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very spa-like smell. This is a really deep exfoliator. It comes out like this really cool green color. You apply it all over your face, let it sit for only 2 minutes, and it gives you such a nice exfoliation to your skin and really helps clean out your pores. It is a little bit more pricey of a product, but I actually use this every like other week in lieu of getting a facial, and I save a ton of money that way. Also for skin, if you watched my channel, I have mentioned this product probably in every favorites and every empties video I've done this year. And this is the Lush Let the Good Times Roll Facial Cleanser. It is a really nice light exfoliation that you can use probably daily, I would guess, if not every few days. You just use like the smallest pea-size amount of it. It smells like cinnamon popcorn almost. It's just really nice. This is the big size, but you can get the little one. I've had this one for several months now, and I've probably only used half of it. And then, of course, no 2014 beauty favorites video would be complete without these. And they are the Glam Glow face masks. Again, something I've talked about in all of my videos. I have all 4 of them, and I'm obsessed with them. They are obviously an expensive high-end mask. However, in my opinion, they work so well. It's again one of those things where instead of getting facials every month, I invest in these, which I can use for months and months without running out of them. And I get the same results as I would get from the spa using these masks. And then last but not least for skincare is my favorite face cleanser. And I've tried so many. I'm such a huge skincare junkie. Almost as much as I'm a makeup junkie, maybe if not more. But this is a drugstore product, and it is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. I use this with my Clarisonic. And it's such a nice, light cleanser. It really, even though it's light, helps really clean out your pores. It's really gentle on the skin while still getting it clean. It helps keep your skin moisturized too, which if you over dry your skin with cleansers, you're only going to cause more breakout. So I like that this really has that balancing quality to it. And I think this bottle is like $6, and this will last me for like months at a time. So this year for hair care, I only had a few products. The first one is this Suave Dry Shampoo. I tried a ton of different dry shampoos this year, and this was the only one that I really fell in love with. It really helps soak up the oils and dirt in your hair on the days that you don't want to wash your hair without leaving that gross, like white powdery residue. So I definitely love this, and it's a drugstore product, so it's affordable for everybody. And then the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. You guys have heard me talk about this before. It's such an amazing product. It does 10 different amazing things for your hair. And this is my little travel one that I keep in my travel bag because I ran out of my full-size one last night. So after this video, I'm running to Ulta to pick up my new big-size one so I can actually rewash my hair tonight, because without this stuff, I seriously do not get a brush through my hair. It's crazy. And then last but not least is the Ojon Rare Blend Hair Therapy Oil. It comes in a 3-layer bottle that when you shake it up, it turns this beautiful pink color. And when you pour a little bit into your hands, rub it together, it's self-heating, and then you just kind of rub it through your ends. It prevents split ends, frizziness. It really helps to lock in the moisture, and just really has made such a huge difference in the health of my hair this year that I love it. Now, I haven't used this product recently since it's more winter weather here, but over the summer I was absolutely obsessed with this product, and it is the TanWise Dark Bronzing Sunless Mousse. I've tried some of the really hyped brands that are talked about here on YouTube, and I didn't really love them. And I saw this, I don't remember where, probably on Pinterest, and they sell it at Sally Beauty Supply. And they have it in the mousse, a lotion, a gel formula, and they also have one for your face. And I just love this product. It's so easy to apply. It doesn't come off streaky. It gives you a really natural looking tan without that orange like or green undertones or things like that. And it's just so beautiful. It doesn't have a strong scent, and it made my skin look like I'd actually sat out in the sun, even though I actually hate being out in the sun. So that was really cool. So last but not least for 2014 are my favorite fragrances, and there are actually 3. The first one is MAC Turquatic, which I do not know where the bottle is. I can't find it right now. I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere, but definitely a favorite for the year. And then the next are 2 that I found at Bath & Body Works. This first one is Wild Madagascar Vanilla. It comes in this gorgeous little amber bottle with the little, like, I don't know what you'd call these, little string thingies and like a little wrap and a little globe at the top. And I love like the dark purple that fades down. It's so gorgeous, and it's just such, it's such a light, and not light like you can barely smell it, but light in the sense that you can smell it on your skin, but it's not overpowering. It's a really light, warm, very lightly spicy scent. It just is really sexy and subtle, and I love that about this. This would be great for like date night, or just anytime you want to feel like a little bit more va-va-voom, if you know what I mean. And then also from Bath & Body Works is this one, and this is Mad About You. It comes in this gorgeous little pink bottle with the black top and the stripy bow. And this one is definitely more of a sweeter scent. Definitely more sassy and citrusy. I don't really like floral, so I love that this is like a citrusy floral, not citrusy, non-floral sweet scent. And I think these are both, I want to say they retail for around $20-something each, but if you wait till the sale, you can usually get them for like 50% off. So those are all of my favorites for the year of 2014. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the products that I had to show you. And that is all I have for today, so I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. I put this adorable pink and orange bow on it. It just says Louis Vuitton with the Louis Vuitton tag. And I just thought this was super cute. And again, I like